Good morning, friends. It's been a morning. It's a Monday. Happy Monday to you. Grab a coffee. Let's do a quick chat. It's going to be maybe a little quicker today, but just wanted to connect with you really quick. So hopefully you'll be able to take a minute and have a live coffee and a chat. If not, I hope that you will join the conversation in the comments afterwards. So if you're with me live, you can say good morning. If you catch this later, let's wish each other a happy Monday because sometimes Mondays can feel a little bit so Monday. Good morning, Kelly. So, in a quick jump in this morning, because it's been just kind of a crazy day, I wanted to just have us all take a moment and do a quick mental health check in, which sounds really stagnant and it sounds kind of scary and nothing to it, but just to take a moment today and just recognize how you're feeling. Are you feeling exhausted? Do you have some feeling of being overwhelmed? Is there any anxiety sort of creeping at the surface at you? Is there things that you normally love doing that you feel like you wouldn't want to do? And that kind of thing. Where is that sitting for you? Good morning, Cheryl. Hi, Fauna. And so I think last week, collectively, in a lot of conversation that I had with people, was that last week was a tough week. There was some intense energies going on in the world. We had just this adjustment from the time change for those who go through time change. There was a full moon. There was the ending of what they call Mercury retrograde. We had some crazy weather fluctuations happening last week. And it's just also even the realization going into winter with increased COVID numbers happening in the news. And I think there was a lot of people who felt some emotions and stress around the American election. That was a real big emotional roller coaster for a lot of people. And so we had this really intense week and then a weekend of crazy weather for a lot of people into back to Monday morning. So I thought it would be good to just check in quickly and see where everybody's at and see how you're feeling. Hi, Shalane. Kelly says that the sun is shining today, so it feels better. 100%. Good morning, Corey. So it's just taking a minute today. Doesn't have to be a long exercise. Doesn't have to be a full on meditation session. But if you have time for that, great. Hi, Kathy. But I want you to just take a minute today and whether you close your eyes or keep them open, whether you're a writer, a thinker, just a breathing thing, is just where are you really at with how things are feeling for you inside? Because as we know for November, we're taking on a focus of kindness to yourself. We're focusing on mental health. We're focusing on putting ourselves first. We're focusing on being the best versions of us so that we can be the strong, best versions for people in our family and in turn in our community. And the strength is going to come from ourselves and our core. So if you're feeling like you're a little bit off, we're going to work on getting ourselves back on track this week. Does that sound good? So I'm hoping to, hey, Angie, if you're into it and you would like it, please post in the comments if you'd like to know more. Is I'm going to connect with some other mental health sort of experts and incredible people that I know, and we'll put together some thoughts and ideas of how we can do some things for ourselves. And sometimes you think, well, that's really easy, and I know how to take care of myself, and it's fine. But you know what? Life is a little bit overwhelming right now in a lot of different instances, and there's nothing to feel um, ashamed or down of that, if that makes any sense. It's kind of an all over the place kind of feel right now. So we're going to center ourselves a little bit this week. We're going to try to get back on track. We're going to share some tips on how you can do a lot of those things. Like Kelly says, she's um, planning on tackling a few rooms that need some organization, right? There's, you know, those pieces in your home, in your personal life, in your workspace, whatever that looks like, it it all requires a little bit of extra attention. And sometimes that can feel like it's one more thing on the list. But we're going to help to sort of go through those lists together and give you tips and tricks on how to help that feel better and center. So if you're in for that, please let me know in the comments that you think that's good ideas. And if there's other things that you're thinking of, when you do that little check in with yourself today, where maybe you're feeling like I could use some help with this area or that area, or what could I do to get back on track with this piece or that piece. Um, Let me know, because I will find somebody and find something that will get us sort of that help, because I think a lot of times we know we're off. We know that we've, say, whether you're trying to keep on a path to a goal, whether you're just trying to keep on the path of keeping your shit together with your life and your family, whatever that looks like, we know we deviate from that. So how do we get back onto the right place together? And back on track feels like a good way to put it. Like that feeling when you've taken a breather hiking and you've kind of go, all right, onward and upward, right? Like we know we're not at the top of the mountain yet, Fauna. I like this analogy. And we know we've got a bit of a climb, but how in this rest period, if we take that breather, from that, last week was that piece of the mountain that was that really steep part that kind of winded you and took your breath away. So if we take a breath today and we're like, okay, next step, how do we keep going back up to get to that peak instead of turning around and going back home? And so how do we get to the peak together? Right? And still keep our mental health, our physical health, our emotional health, all of those pieces on track together. Because I don't know about you, but it feels, I'm not sure that's even, I don't even know how to put that into words at the moment. Good morning, Darlene. Cheryl's in. Kathy's feeling the words today. Somebody posted about emotional eating. Like when we're in this place, like when you feel overwhelmed, I don't know about you, but I think I've done the dent in the kids' Halloween candy, not him. So, how do I stop that? And what does that look like? And how do we help each other through all of this? Is sort of what I'm thinking the goal of this week is especially going to be. And I didn't have a whole whack of time to connect and chat with you this morning. And I apologize for that. But I just really felt like I wanted to touch base and say, hey, it's Monday. It's crazy. We're kind of all in this place, but you know what? You're not alone. You're not the only one who's feeling all the crazy things right now. And we're going to work together on getting back on track together. And so I wanted to encourage you today to let you know that you're going to make it. We are going to get to the peak. We are going to get through these challenges, and you 100% can do this. And I know collectively, our energies together and the ways that we will encourage each other will also be fantastic. And I'm really looking forward to that. So have an amazing rest of your Monday and hang in there. And again, if you think of some ideas of areas that you would like some support, some help, some tips, some tricks, some whatevers, please post them in the comments. And even if it's ones that maybe you're not personally experiencing, but you know that other people are, that kind of pops into your brain as I talk about this, post that in the comments also, and we'll continue to work through all of those pieces. And yeah, I think that's just kind of what was on my heart today to share with you, and encourage you to keep going, because I've had a Monday. I 100% have, and I know that when I'm having them, someone else probably is too. And I have sort of vowed to step into things instead of stepping away in certain areas. So on that note, have a great rest of your Monday, and we will be back to connect with you tomorrow morning.